If you're building a pressure washing rig, stop everything you're doing and watch this. Guys, welcome to part 3 of our truck build series, and for today's episode I'm going to be showing you guys how I installed the base for our pressure washing rig that we're building together. Of course, guys, this is going to be one of the most important parts. As a matter of fact, so this episode, part 3, and also the very next one, is the one episode that you guys are probably going to need to take some notes and then also watch multiple times, because guys, this is one part that you do not want to get wrong. I actually did this, I think it was with my second build, where I built it and I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. And then when I got to the very end, some of the equipment wouldn't fit right. So I had to tear everything out and rebuild it again. So I'm going to show you like very exact measurements and all of that you're going to need for this. And of course, and I don't know if I've mentioned this before in previous parts, you know, ideally, when you're doing a truck wash build, you want to stick to an 8-foot bed. Now, if you have a 6 or 6.5 foot bed on your truck, that's okay. I've actually done 2 trucks where I did builds on trucks that were, well, both 6 and 6.5 actually. But the difference is the size of your tanks is going to be smaller. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to be able to put the bigger buffer tank, and you're going to be very limited with the amount of stuff that you can carry if you have a 6.5 foot bed. Now, this is a 8-foot bed truck, so ideally that's what you need in order to get this done. But don't worry, guys, I am going to show you like step by step how we do this. And I wanted to mention something real quick before we get started. So some of you guys have messaged me in a comment section and have asked me to do a soft wash build. And then a whole other group of you guys have messaged me and asked to do a enclosed trailer build. Now, this is what I'm going to do for you guys. I am actually going to do both at the same time. Now, I can't do this anytime soon, like within the next couple months, because guys, we already have all of our episodes planned out all the way to episode 200. Scripts made, and some things are already in motion. So what we're going to do is, when I come back from the 4th of July break, we're going to do this new series where I'm going to show you step by step how I build a awesome pressure washing trailer, but enclosed trailer, and we're going to put a soft washing station in there. And guess what, guys? I'm going to put a booster pump in mine. I bet some of you guys don't even know what that is, but teaser there. It's going to be a teaser, so you got to stay tuned, stay glued to the Mr. Bubbles channel. But anyway, the bottom line is, I've mentioned this before, guys. You guys, my community, you're the producer of this show, the Mr. Bubbles channel show. So, you know, you guys tell me in the comment section and also email me, and, I will decide what to do based on your recommendations. So this is a synergy thing going on between us. So, and then also mention this in previous episodes, make sure you email me, guys. You will find my email in the description below. Also, in the description below is a detailed list. Guys, like 95% of the stuff that we're using to do this build came from that list, came from Amazon. Some of the things we sourced locally, like some of the screws and stuff. I mean, I can't make that list for you guys, like hundreds of links long, right? But the essential things are in the description below. You can just click it and get it, and then follow along with this build. And it does not matter, guys, it does not matter if you're brand new to the industry or you're an old head like me. There's going to be something in this build that is going to help you and your business. So, and I'm super excited about this. Guys, make sure that you help me out with this series and share this information, or post it to Facebook and things of that nature, because guys, I want to get the word out about, you know, how you can build a pressure washing rig for under $3,000. That's the goal here. we're going to be right in that $3,000 mark. Of course, that's not including the vehicle, right? But here's my point. A lot of you guys think that you need that, you know, like the $20,000, $30,000 system in order to succeed in the pressure washing business, which is not the case. I'm going to show you how we're going to get this done. And then guess what? In episode 120, you guys are going to get to see me take this rig out in the field and make like $1,500 in a single day with it. Okay, so make sure that you guys you know, help me out with that, and you know, share this stuff. Get all of the materials in the description below. Follow along. And always, guys, if you have any questions, just reach out. Send me comments in the comment section, questions in the comment section, or email. And I absolutely email everyone back. Now, I'm actually going to switch over to the GoPro because I want to show you guys exactly what it is that I'm doing. All right, so I want to start off by showing you guys the materials that you're going to need to get this done. Now, not all of this is for the base necessarily, but this is, you know, you're going to need during the entire build. So you're actually going to need this right here that you see is a just a 8-foot ply sheet, okay? And I got one off camera here, so you need 2 of those. One is going to be the base, but we're going to be using it, like I said, throughout the build. You also need landscaping ties. They're 6 by 6 by 8 feet. 6 by 6 by 8 feet. They're these guys, very heavy right here. There's only 2 here, but I got one off camera. And then you're going to need 4 pieces of just 2 by 4, 8-foot 2 by 4. All right, so guys, write that down. You don't want to be making multiple trips to Home Depot or Lowe's, but this is what you're going to need if you're going to do your build exactly like mine. This is what you're going to need throughout the build. This will take you all the way to the end of the build. Okay, so there you have it. Remember, two pieces of plywood, not one, and that's an 8-foot sheet. And then also want to mention this, very important, this is 3/4 inch, not 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch plywood. Okay, 3/4 inch, like the same type of plywood that they use to build roofs, to make roofs. Okay, and then the next thing that you're going to need is right here. You guys see it in there. I already put it sort of more or less where it's going to go, but you need a pallet, a wooden pallet. Now, let's talk about real quickly where you can get this. So I got this at a landscape supply company near my shop. So I literally just walked up there and I said, hey, you know, I'm doing a home project. You mind if I take a pallet? They got hundreds of pallets that, you know, get delivered to mulch and stuff. I mean, you guys see here, I mean, this pallet is not perfect by no means. It doesn't have to be, right? Because it's just the wood that's kind of like supporting a little bit of the weight. But you guys are going to get to see here, the real support structure is actually going to be your landscaping ties. Now, I have my trusty pencil. We have a little piece of cardboard here. We're going to write some numbers down, measuring tape. And what we're going to do here is, I'm going to walk you guys through this. So at the very front is where our buffer tank's going to go, right? So the buffer tank, guys, there's 8 pounds in a gallon. So if you got, we're putting a 125-gallon buffer tank on here. So you do the math on that. I mean, that's almost 1,000 pounds or over 1,000 pounds when it's full. So we have to put a support beam where the buffer tank's going to go. And then the other support beam is going to go where the machine would go, and then we're putting a support beam right here on the left. Don't worry, I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. So if you look right here, okay, and hopefully you guys can see really well here, but so this is where the buffer tank would go, right? So what I want to do is that's 8-foot 6 by 6 by 8-foot landscaping tie is going to go right here. So it's going to literally, like the halfway point of the buffer tank is going to sit over that beam. And then also the other thing I'm going to say about that is this, guys. So this is dual purpose, because one, it helps me support the bulkier weight of my rig, but also I'm going to measure it out so my base here doesn't slide from left to right. Okay, so I want this beam to cross all the way to the other side of the truck. So we got here, I know you guys can't see really well here, but I'm looking down. So we need 62 and a half. 62 and a half. So we need our beam. Remember, that's an 8 foot. 8 times 12 is what, 96? So we need 62 and a half. Let me see here. Probably get away with 62, guys. So 62, and then let's move on. And again, that's where the buffer tank's gonna go. And then back here, and I want you to show you guys something, because you might have this on your truck. I want to show you this real quick. There's a beam, like for you to put your what was the thing called? Your ratchet straps, you know, for you to hook right there, like a little hook. So I want my beam to be beyond that, right? A little bit past it. So we're gonna measure this thing out. Of course, it should be the same, but the same size as the other one, right? But just in case, let's go ahead and measure it out anyway. What's that saying? Yep, 62. Measure, what is it? Measure twice, cut once? Yeah, I think I said it right that time. Measure once, cut twice. No. There you go. I said it wrong again. You want to measure twice, cut once. So we know that the support beams that are going to be the landscaping ties, we need to cut them at 62 inches, okay? So remember, they're 8 feet. So I'll just write the number 62 right here. So that's done. So now here, we know we have our base here. I want to create a beam right here, right to the left. You see how there's a gap in between the pallet and the truck, right? The truck bed. So I'm going to flush this when we build this. So I'm going to flush this all the way over there, and it's going to create like a 10-12 inch gap right here on the left side. And we're going to put a support beam, another landscaping tie, right in the middle. And it doesn't have to be exact math where the other one is going to go, but I want to be at least 80% of the way. Now I know, see from the tape there, I know that the support beam is going to go roughly right there, and it's going to end. So wow, almost 62 as well, guys. Probably get away with 62. 62. There you go. That's funny. So guys, there you have it. So that's how I got my measurements there. So we need 3 landscaping ties, right, that are 62. So I'm going to put here 62 inches 3 times. Now your 2x4s we're going to use for other parts of the series. We're not going to use that to create the base, but I'm going to show you exactly how we laid the foundation, and then how we're going to use the plywood on top, and then how I finish it all off. So let me go ahead and well, actually what we're going to do is this. I'm going to take all this wood here to my cut station, and I'll see you guys there. One of the things that I promised you guys is that I would show you different tools that I would use throughout the build. And one of the things that you're definitely going to need, any pro in this industry will have a circular saw. Now, this is not something that I would go super expensive to buy. I actually got this at Lowe's. It's a Craftsman. It's not something I use, you know, even every week. I use this maybe 3 to 5 times a year. But you will definitely not be able to get this project done without a circular saw. And I'll say something else about that as well. So when I first started doing this process, I used to cut these with a chainsaw. We all have a chainsaw around, but the problem is with chainsaws, it's very hard to get an exact cut, especially when we're talking about, you know, inches in terms of measurements. So we're going to do this together. And the other thing I wanted to show you was this. So obviously, you know, you're going to need a good saw, but you're also going to need one of these triangle rulers. This is something that I use quite a bit. And I mean, there are a couple bucks. I bought this. I think I bought this at Home Depot. It makes sense because of the color, the orange there. But, you know, it's not very expensive tools, but it is something that you end up using quite a bit. So let's do this. Put this right here. I'm going to show you how I'm going to measure this and actually cut these to precision, okay? So here you go. Remember, we looked at our paper here and it said, so we need 62 inches. Now, one of them I already cut off screen because I had it left over from another rig. It was actually 65. I only had to cut a couple inches off. So these, we need 62, two of them, 62 inches. So I'm gonna take my measuring tape like this, cut and measure all the way out, 62. And I got my little workshop pencil here. So we're gonna measure this out here. Of course, we don't have to be like, you know what I mean, like engineer precision, but try to get as close as possible to the number. So I put a little dash right there on the 62. Next, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to take this ruler, triangle ruler. I'm going to find my little dash right there. I'm going to put a line there, like so. Then what you're going to do is you're going to flip this over like this. Find a line, and then you're going to put another line right there. This is of course, I am defining our cut line with our circular saw. Circular saw. Ooh, here we go. One more, and this one here, I already did this part, so I'm showing you guys how to do the measurements, and then I'm going to show you exactly how to actually cut it as well. All right, this is going to be our last line right here. Right there. And then, as always, guys, you know the number one rule: measure once, cut twice. No, measure. Why do I keep getting that wrong? Man, I'm going to practice that one off camera for you guys. You got to measure twice and cut once. Measure twice and cut once. All right, that's going to be my new thing now, guys. Just make sure I don't mess up that line. We got to measure twice and cut once. All right, so now I just want to make sure, right, guys, wow, right on the money, 62. All right, so there you have it. We're going to cut off this little section right here, just like that, right here. So we're going to do 4 cuts, and then I'm going to show you in the end what I need my saw for. So I aim it right at the line here. You'll see it on your circular saw. You have like a little edge right there. That's how you aim it. And then you just push it all the way through. Right there. Bam. Now we flip this guy over. If you guys have never, messed around with the landscaping tie, wow, you're in for a shock. These things are super heavy. Okay, so now you wanna line up the blade with your cut as much as possible right there. Also, if you guys notice, I'm holding it with this hand so it doesn't push the wood forward, okay? Just like that. I'm not sure how much these things weigh. You guys are watching this video, you're probably on your phone or on the internet. You can Google it real quick. But I would bet that they weigh, man, I would say at least 50, maybe 60 pounds, maybe more. All right, right here. Again, I'm going right where the line is. I would say at least a good 50. I'll tell you what. Oh my God, it'd be impossible to carry 2 of them at the same time. Oh, we missed our cut by a little bit, guys. But that's no big deal here. We're gonna finish off right here. Right where the other one is. We missed the cut by, man, I wanna say like a centimeter, like a tiny, tiny little bit. So once you've done your 4 sides, you see there's still like about ½ an inch of it that the circular saw couldn't get to, and that's what this is for. Just like that, look. Boom, done, bam. And it's not even, it's like ½ a centimeter off on this one side. So I can live with that. I can live with that. So let's set this guy to the side here, right here. We'll take that to the truck in a little bit. Let's move this guy over. Man, I love doing these shop episodes. It doesn't matter what kind of shop episode we're doing. But man, I love these shop episodes, guys. Like, oh my God, episode 103. If you guys go back, this is before we started the series. 103, we did a ladder stabilizer. It's the same ladder that is on this rig. So make sure you watch that as well. Show you how to install ladder or stabilizer on your ladder. And I would not get on the ladder without that. But that was a fun episode too. All of my episodes I really enjoy doing because, man, it turns out that, you know, I really enjoy teaching. Really enjoyed the teaching part of this Mr. Bubbles channel. All right, so like I said, the line here, I had already made it. So I'm gonna go, here you guys, the thing here, my microphone fell off here. All right, so we got the same line here, okay? And the same technique from before. So I'm holding it. Just like that. Bring this over just a smidge. Oh, there we go. Man, I tell you what, it'd be some great exercise to walk around with. You know how some of those people, they do those tires, you know what I'm talking about, those big tractor tires? You flip those over. Those must be really heavy too. But man, I could imagine you do some walking around, put this on your shoulder and you walk around. That'd be some good exercise right there. All right, same thing here. I'm lining up the line here. Okay. No. Okay, we only got 2 more cuts. Here we go. Remember the blade, I want to get it right where the hole is. Get it in the hole. Get it in the hole. Oh, that's another really good one, guys. There you have it. That's what she said. Get it in the hole. All right. Here we go. There you go. Only one more here. And this time the cut came out perfect, like right on the freaking line. There you have it, guys. Just it only takes a little bit with this one. Bam, done. And you guys see, I told you from the trailer build series that we did how much wood we have left over. Man, I use these things for like my trailers and for footers for different things that we use. Like we end up using all of this wood. So let's set this aside because I got to show you one more thing here. Okay. So one of the things that you're going to need to buy, and this is very important. So I bought 3 of these mats. You guys can see it there on the screen. So these mats are 36 inches by 48 inches. I found these at, man, oh, that's right, Home Depot, where they sell like the outdoor mats, like for the porch and stuff, for your front entrance and whatnot. So anyway, so you guys just got to remember, the brand is called Traffic Master. Traffic Master. Let me take this off to show you guys, so you can actually buy the same exact one. You guys see that? I'll zoom in for you guys. Traffic Master 36 by 48. Okay, so why is that important? Because this is what's going to protect our wood a little, well, not a little bit, a lot, against the SH, right? We're building a rig together that should last you guys the next 3 to 5 years. You got that? 3 to 5 years. And part of that is going to be protecting it against the elements, protecting it against SH, or all the chemicals that we use, right? So the bottom line is this 48 inches is the same width of our board, right? Our plywood. So the bottom line is, I bought 3 of them. So if you guys do the math on that, they're 36, right? 36 wide and 48 long. So what I'm going to do is, because 36 is 72 plus 36 is 108, right? But you remember that our rig is only 8 feet. You guys got that? So if like the whole bed is only 8 feet long, okay? So 8 times 12 is 96, but 36 times 3 is 180. So that gives us an extra foot. So we need to cut a foot off of this. So at the very end, when we're done putting our base, this is what's going to lay on top. And then our chemical tanks and everything's going to go on top of this. Again, the purpose of this is to protect against water, rain, and to protect the base against the SH, okay? But right now, it's 12 inches too long, all right? 12 inches, okay? So we're going to measure this guy this way. So here is the 36. And here is the 48, okay? So we need to cut, so 36 inches, we need to cut, what's 12 minus 36, guys? 24. All right, so we need to cut, like, let me take this saw down here real quick. And by the way, what I'm using to get this done is another tool that I end up using quite a bit, actually. This cutter right here is actually like, what is this thing for? Like to cut metal, like to cut, for example, sheet metal or gutter metal. So these are shears, okay? I got this at Lowe's as well, shears. It's another tool that is going to be very useful during your build, okay? So just in case, right? Measure twice, cut once. All right. so we got, this is 30, this is 48, and this is 36. 36 here. So we need to cut this down to right where my finger is, right there. I'll put a cut line right there, and then we'll measure here to the cut line. Right around 24. That's all you need. And then from here to here should be 12. From here to, yeah, perfect. And then we'll do 12 here as well. I'll hold it there and I'll cut it right there. Now this cut here doesn't have to be like super perfect, because the end that we're cutting is going to go towards the cabin of the truck. So this, you won't even see it. You won't even see it if I like mess up the cut. You won't see it because it'll be under the buffer tank. All right. So next, so what we're going to do, and remember, I got 3 of these guys. 3 times 36 is 108. That's how we got the number. That's how we're going to be able to cover the base there, make sure no chemical gets on it. All right, so we got our cut there, and again, I'm just trying to match that up to that. Just cut just like that all the way over. Just like that. Guys, let me know in the comment section as well. You guys like it when I know you guys love it when you see me do you know, videos out in the field, downstreaming, soft washing roofs, but I have a feeling you guys like these type of videos more. Am I right in that assessment? Let me know in the comment section. Okay, there you go. Okay, so you guys see here, you probably can't even really see that well. I did pretty good. It looks pretty good. It's a pretty good cut. But like I said, this doesn't matter. This straight edge here is what's going to go on the end of the truck towards the tailgate. So this is going to be tucked in under your buffer tank. So there you have it, guys. We cut all the wood, and now we got to start put everything together, screw everything into place, put this on top, and I'm going to show you exactly how we get that done. Okay, so now you guys get to see exactly what I was talking about here in the very beginning when we were talking about the beams and the cross beams and the support beams, the ones that are going to hold the most weight. So you see this first cross beam here that we cut, the 62 inches. Again, guys, that's basically where your machine's going to go, right? Okay, and then you want to flush your pallet all the way to the right, so that way there's no shifting anywhere on that side. And then you want to put a landscaping tie here. The reason for this being, that's a great hack, because initially when I used to do this process, I didn't put anything there, and then you know, tips and all kinds of things would fall underneath, and then that right there prevents anything from falling and then you not being able to get to it. Like I remember one time I took one of my rigs apart, and guys, I had one of those fat heads turbo nozzles, like a $90 nozzle that had fallen underneath there. I was looking for that thing for a hot minute, and it was underneath the, you know, the board, because there was no wood there. So now that basically creates a border where nothing can get underneath your foundation, right? And then I want to show you guys this. Now you're not going to be able to see this very well on camera, so you guys got to imagine this. Once I put the plywood on top here, I'm not going to be able to see where the studs on the pallet are, right? So what I did is I put a line on this what is this, landscaping tie. I put a line on this side in each one. I just went down like this, and wherever the stud is, I put a line, and then maybe you guys can see. It's going to be really hard because it's pencil markings, which is not that good to see. It's hard to see even, you know, naked eye. But I put pencil markings here to show me where the studs are on a pallet. And then one more thing I wanted to show you guys is this. So I did not have to do this with this truck, but in all of my Fords I had to do this. Now this truck, you won't be able to see this as well on camera, guys, but it already had holes. It has like 4 or 5 holes here that were already on the bed. Now if your truck does not have those holes, okay, like let's say you have a bed liner and there's no holes anywhere in the bed liner, guys, you're gonna have to get a 1/2-inch drill bit and drill 2-3 holes on that end of the truck, of your truck, like towards the cabin. The reason for that being is, you guys can't tell here from my shop, but you know, I'm at a slant like this, and it's a very small slant, but that would be enough where water and chemical could sit on your bed, and it's going to destroy your bed of your truck. So you want to make sure that you have, and I usually do 2 holes on the right, 2 holes on the left. You just want to drill into the bed of the truck to make sure you have a drain. Make sure you have a proper drain for the, you know, for the chemicals and the water and the whatnot. And we have our plywood right here, our 8-foot plywood, and we're just going to put this on top, and I'm going to show you here real quick. So whenever I go through this process, I always use wood screws. So you guys see that? This is what we're going to use to put this plywood on there, right, to create our base. And this other one is what we're going to use. This is 8.5 by 8 by 1 1/4. This one is a little bit smaller. This is what we're going to use for the mat. All right, so it's just to put the mat. And this one right here, I'll take one out so I can show you. Again, I picked this up at Lowe's, right? You guys see that on screen there. I'll zoom in for a little bit for you guys. You can see okay. Fast and tight wood screws, you know, all throughout this process. These are basically the same type of wood that they use to build decks. You see that? So we're all set to go here. And I also have my trusty rubber mallet in case I need to move something around, because these beams are very heavy. So you might need to, you know, align it a little bit as you go. So let's go ahead and get this guy on here together. And so once you've cut everything and you laid it out like that, the next step is we're going to go ahead and put our board in here and start to screw this thing down. Okay. Of course, you know, this process would be a lot easier. I know some of you guys have children. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before. I don't have any kids, you know. Oh my God, it would be nice if I had, you know, like a 18-year-old kid or something, you know, that could help me. In the past, I've used employees and stuff, but okay, you guys see that, right? And basically nothing moved so far. There you go. Just like that. Now this side here, it doesn't matter about things falling in there, because this is where your hose reels are going to be. So you're not really gonna, it's not really gonna make a difference there. You guys see how we did that? Just like that. All right, just like that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Move that over just a little bit right there, because I want this as centered as possible. You guys see that? So you see how centered it is, right? Now it makes sense, right? What I was saying, see how my markings here on this board, how now you can see that, you know, I know that the stud is, you know, I can put a pencil. I actually got my pencil right here. I can take the pencil like this, and I know that the line is like right around here, right? Now I would need like a piece of wood to make a straight line, but you guys get my point. So now I can actually get on top of this thing and start screwing it down. Let's see. Oh, and the other thing I was going to mention is this. You're not going to be able to tell from the angle here, guys. Let me see if I can get it really good. But it's flush with the, what is it called? The pallet. 100% flush with the pallet right there. All right, and then it's flush with the wood. And then and like I said, guys, there is no moving from side to side. And then also, I mean, how much is this going to weigh? Let's talk about that for a second. Just in wood here, we got, I don't know, 150 pounds, something like that, or more. Just in wood. We haven't even done anything yet, right? By the time you put in your machines, your equipment, you're going to put stuff on top of it, chemicals, your buffer tank, and the list goes on with all your fittings and your parts. You're looking at 1,000 pounds. That's a lot of weight. That's a lot of weight, guys. So, I mean, this thing ain't going to go nowhere, right? And then if your buffer tank is full, let's say, remember, it's 8 pounds. Water weighs 8 pounds per gallon. So if you got a 125 gallon buffer tank, that's an extra 1,000 pounds right there. Then you throw in chemical. I mean, this thing could be potentially 2,000 pounds around there. So, you know, it ain't moving, guys. It's not moving. It's staying solid. And then on top of that, you know, with the way that you're building it, it is, man, it is something that is, you're building something that is very sturdy. Now, I'm going to say something. Do you 100% have to use landscaping ties? No, you do not. Right? I think the first two, maybe the first three that I built did not have landscaping ties. And let me tell you guys, they broke down on me very quickly. Like very quickly. Like the board would get all rotted out, and then at the end of the season, I would have to switch this out. And I want you guys to avoid that. That's the point of this, right? You want something that is going to last. Now, one of my rigs here has this same setup 7 years now. This year is its 7th season. So this is something where now there'll be upgrades, right? You know, you'll upgrade your surface cleaner, upgrade your machine, and et cetera, but you won't have to change this out. All right. So let's go ahead and start and get on top here and start bolting this guy together. All right. So we got again, this is our, just to show you guys on camera again, 6 by 2 inch wood screw. And of course, you guys, I mean, you're not going to be able to, because of the angle and the whatnots, you're not going to be able to see, you know, me actually bolt this down. When you bolt down, you want to start at that end. You want to start at the cabin end and work your way. And I'm actually going to put probably 2 or 3 here on this, the beam. All right, let me lower the camera just a smidge for you guys. Hopefully you can see okay there. Try to see what I'm doing here. But you guys understand what's going on here. Just like that. Bam, 1. And usually with these, I try to put about at least 5. I really like the number 5. It's a solid number. So that's just going to be my second one right here. 2. 1 right smack dab in the middle. Oh, my wrist. There you go. We'll put 1 right there and 1 at the end. It's because of the angle that I'm trying to get you guys to see what I'm doing, but it's the hard part with the GoPro, guys. That's why you guys don't see a lot of videos like this, because it is hard to do this stuff with a GoPro and get the right angle. I mean, all right, so you see that right there, just like that. Bam. That's in the books. All right, so now what we'll do is we'll put 2 or 3 right here. Like I said, where the what's it called, the edge of the pallet is right there. Yep, hit a stud right there. That's really good. There's another stud right here. There you go. Remember I said in the beginning, the plywood here is 3 inches. Wow, guys, look how muddy my boots are. Can you see that? It's been raining for like 3 or 4 days straight in Maryland. Lots and lots of rain this way. Okay, there you go. Gotta get the right angle here, guys, so you can see what I'm doing. Putting one right here in this beam. There you go. Right there. There we go. Let me get back on my knees here so I can find the right angle here, guys. Wow, in building a rig, guys, I mean, like I said, it's a labor of love, guys. It is a labor of love. If you do this process, you know, correctly, man, you guys are gonna have a money maker on your hands. Money maker. A lot of you guys have messaged me, and you know, you want to know, you know, like a rig, even a rig like this one, for example, you know, what's like, what kind of money do you think, you know, you'd be able to get a month, let's say? You know, like what's realistic? Not for me, but you know, realistic for you guys. You guys that are new to the wash game, right? Got that one in there. Let me stand up here so I can show you guys what's going on here. I mean, we already got about a good 8 or 9 screws in there, so we're on our way here. We're gonna put I think I put 2 right across there. We'll put 3 more, so then your support beams there will have 5 and 5, and then we'll put 5 on this support beam here, and then we're gonna start doing the studs of the whatchamacallit, the pallet. But you know, the bottom line is this, guys, you know, it's going to be relative to your ability to get customers, right? I mean, you know, are you a people person? You know, are you rude to people? Do you have a crappy attitude? Do you have work ethic? Right? I've said this many times on my channel. You know, in this business, you got to have the right attitude. You know, we talk about PMA, positive mental attitude. You got to have work ethic, and you got to have a student mentality in order to make it in a pressure washing business. That's 4, and we'll put 1 right in the middle, smack dab in the middle here. And so, you know, if you have a great attitude, you have the right work ethic, obviously you guys have the student mentality part because you're watching this video. So, you know, that's a third of the battle right there, just being a good student. So far we put 5 across the beam right there. We'll put 5 right here on this cross beam. Now the one that's right here parallel to the pallet, we're gonna put, we already put 2. I'm gonna put at least a good 3 more. We'll put 1 right here. Bam. And then the final one right here. So we're already 15 screws that we've put just on our landscaping ties, guys. Like, this sucker ain't going anywhere. So now we're gonna put 3 across the studs. So I think there was 6 studs, if I remember correctly. Well, right here from the lines, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 studs. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. Put this 3 screws. We're gonna do right side, left side, middle. Boom, that one's in the books. And again, I know where the studs are because I marked it. That was the point of me telling you that, you know. And I can feel it. I can feel it there with the screw. Now this one already has a one right there, but it's not in the pallet, right? So we'll put it right here, right where the pallet would be. Ooh, a lot of resistance there. We'll put one more, and then that's already 2 beams gone. Gone. Right here. So, you know, if you have the right mentality, the right attitude, you know, and you're a hard worker, man. I've talked to some of you guys, man. Wow. Got some hard workers out there, man, and you guys are gonna go far. And you know, obviously you're watching my channel, you're watching the Mr. Bubbles channel, you got that student mentality. Make sure you watch episodes 51 through 59. That's my marketing series. And you know, so realistically, as a new guy, you should be able to get out there. Oh, this one's already got it on that side. You should be able to get out there and make, I would say, $1,500 to $2,000 a week initially is realistic. All right, so now we're in the middle one here, guys. And this is something that, you know, is very universal. Ooh, a lot of resistance there. Very universal for everybody. Your pay is nothing but a reflection of your skill sets. Okay, so your pay is nothing but a reflection of your skill sets. The more you know how to do, the more money you're gonna make. It's pretty much that simple. So, you know, now you're learning how to put a rig together. Well, guess what? That's a skill. And, you know, I've talked about this before as well. My episode 14, in episode 14, this is coming along nice, guys. We only have like 3. We only got 3 beams, so about 8, 9 screws left. In episode 14, right there. In episode 14, I show you guys how to create a siphon tube, right? Guys, that's not something you can just go to Lowe's and buy at Lowe's. And if you had to order one online, it will take a while for you to get it. Oh, there's already one on that side. Now this one. And so, you know, that's a skill. Learn how to create your own siphon tube. Like I said, that's a skill. That's a skill that's going to take you very far in this game. And I have put one on this side right here. I have a step by step, like the tubes you need, the stuff that, you know, where you got to get it and order it. We only got one cross beam left, and then we're gonna get started on our mat. This thing's looking pretty good. We just got this last cross beam right where, more or less right where my foot is. You know what, I'm gonna put one right here too. One last one right here. So, you know, that's my point, guys. You know, you can make initially $1,500 to $2,000 a week as your knowledge grows, right? As your skill sets grow, you're going to be able to make, you know, $20,000, $30,000 a month and go from there. You can make as much as $100,000 a month, depending on your skill set. Bam. That's it for this part here. Put this right here. All right, let me step down here so I can show you guys what it is what this looks like. Let me raise the camera again, guys, because I know you got that low angle right there. There it is. I mean, this thing, I mean, wow. I mean, there is no moving it. I mean, it would take probably 3 people just to be able to lift it up even a little bit. It is super heavy. But there you have it. And I mean, and like I said, it's not going forward, it's not going backwards, it's not going anywhere. Because you can't tell on camera because that little hook thing is also stopping it as well. The little hook on the side of the truck that I showed you in the beginning. So, but that's it. So now what we're gonna do is, let's go ahead and start with our mat. Now, when you do this mat process, you wanna start from the back and work your way up. You guys got that? Start from the tailgate, work your way up. So I got them up here. This, of course, is the one that we cut. Yep, with the weird squiggly line. So we'll put that there. Put one right here in the middle. Whoa. Put that one right there. Take these, oh, and by the way, these mats, oh man, I want to say they cost like, oh guys, man, I have such a bad memory when it comes to remembering how much I paid for stuff. Man, I want to say it was like 12 bucks each. I think I paid like 30 bucks, right around there, for all 3. Right around there. It wasn't more than that. So you guys see that? Just like that. Look at that. Bam. And like I said, that's where, you know, your machine, everything's going to be bolted to that. I'm just actually going to put 2, like, so 4, 6. I'm putting 6 screws in each one, because you also got to remember what's really going to hold that down is the weight of everything, right? Your machines. But we're also, when we put our straps in there, I mean, it's going to get an extra like 15, 20 screws by the time it's all said and done. Like, I don't need this thing to be like super screwed in. All right, so I just want to make sure that it's even. All right, like that. Even on both sides. You guys see that? Perfect. So let's go ahead and screw this guy in here. But yeah, man, I mean, you know, you can make a lot of money. Ooh, that's perfect. You can make a lot of money in a pressure washing business, you know, if you know what you're doing. That's why I teach you guys skill sets. I teach you guys how to get customers. We did an episode, if you haven't watched it yet, guys, wow. We did an episode where we teach you step by step how to optimize your Google My Business. Boom. Let me screw that in just a little bit more. Boom. You know, step by step how to optimize your Google My Business. We did an episode, you know, another episode. Oh, by the way, that episode's episode 56. Meant to tell you that. We did another episode where, you know, we talked about my house washing system with you guys. And that was 108. So, you know, the more you know, it's like the catchphrase in my channel, right? The more you know, the more you'll grow. And you'll be able to make more money. But realistically, your first year as a new guy, you should be able to make $75,000. I know a lot and lots of new guys that made, you know, right around $75,000 their first year in business. And then, let me just show you guys here. Look at that, guys. Getting there, baby. Getting there little by little. And then the other thing is, guys, you know, you got to remember, I didn't have any coaching, right? And I didn't have YouTube. I didn't have everything, all of these resources that you guys have. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, you should be able to, oh, that's pretty good right there, guys. You should be able to, you know, have less of a learning curve that I did, because, you know, I had to learn everything through the process of elimination. Like, no one taught me how to build rigs. You see what I'm saying? And so I kind of had to fumble around my way into doing it. And so you guys have, you know, the ultimate shortcut in that sense. You have a huge advantage that, you know, my generation didn't have. That's why I'm dedicated to teaching and raising up, you know, a new generation of washers, you know, that are more knowledgeable. Let me take this off again. That are more knowledgeable, you know, that are not going to make the mistakes that we did or that I did. I should say. I mean, everything I know, guys, I learned by goofing up, you know. And I don't want you guys to make that mistake, the mistakes that I made. Right? Oh, let me straighten this one out. Remember, this is the one that we cut. Right? Oh, we missed the cut, I think. I like half, a little bit. Doesn't even really matter. Like I said, I mean, you can't tell here on camera, but like I said, that's where the buffer tank's gonna go. So it's literally gonna, not even gonna see it. So is it, you know, I guess the bigger question is it worth the investment? Absolutely, guys. Like 100% it's worth the investment, because, you know, a rig like this is gonna cost you, now I'm assuming you have a truck or a vehicle that you can use, you know, but it's gonna run you right around 3,000. You know, you get everything that's in the description below, all the links that I have there for you, all the stuff you can order on Amazon. Oh, that's in there. Now let's straighten this out. Look at that. Not really. It did fit. It's off by like, you guys can see that. It's off by like, half of an inch. Right there. So, fill the screws. But that's what it is, guys. You know, especially, I say this all the time, right? You guys can't see this on camera, but we just had a trash truck out there, came and picked up our dumpster. That's what I'm hearing, the beep, 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 beep. I don't know if you guys can hear that on camera or not. That's, they come every, so today must be, what day is it today? I think they come twice a week. Anyway. But anyway, my point, guys, is that, you know, I say this all the time, you know, experience, chemical knowledge, commercial grade equipment, you know, and that's what you guys are doing. You're becoming knowledgeable on how your equipment works. You know, when I started, like you guys, when I started, I didn't know what a buffer tank was. I didn't know what a you know, like a float valve. I didn't know what that was. I didn't even know I needed one. How are you gonna know you need something if you don't even know what it is? Right? And like or like the importance of a bypass line and how that can screw up your whole thing if you don't have a bypass line set on your machine, right? And that's what I'm teaching you guys with these multiple series now, including this one that we're doing, and then eventually the enclosed trailer one as well. So there you have it. Okay, let's get off the truck here. Of course, this thing now is like super dirty from all the muddy boots. Muddy boot, muck boot. Guys, by the way, my boots are also in the description below. All my uniform stuff is Fem Print, my shirts. You guys can order that stuff. You see how muddy it is, but anyway, the bottom line is, there you have it, guys. That's the foundation for what we need right there to build everything out. So that's what's going to hold our buffer tank, our chemical tank, our machine. And then we obviously we're going to have a little spot here on the left where we're going to have our surface cleaner and our different pump sprayers. And you know, little by little, that's what it is. But But yeah, and I'm super happy that you guys are following along on this process, because with my other build, the trailer build series that we did, man, you guys sent me some of your pictures of the builds that you guys did. Man, that is so freaking cool, man. You know, I got to see some of you guys build it exactly like mine. Some of you guys took my design and made it better. And man, wow, I was like impressed by some of the pictures. And that's why, you know, for you guys that aren't members yet, make sure you join our inner circle. It's something I've talked about a lot, because we have a private Facebook group just for members, where we share and connect with each other and post videos and pictures. That's where I seen a lot of you guys' pictures, where you post that on our Facebook group there. But there you have it, guys. This was it for part 3 of our truck build series. Of course, I'm teaching you guys step by step how to build a pressure washing rig. You guys are literally seeing me, all the nuts and bolts, everything. And make sure that you guys tune in to the next episode, part 4, because guys, in the next episode, I'm going to show you probably the one thing, the one area, or the one part that trips up people the most. I'm going to show you how to install the base for your reels, your hose reels. So then by part 4, I mean, we'll have all of the foundational stuff done. And then from there, we're going to start putting all of the hardware, all of the equipment together. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys coming to my channel. Make sure you guys email me. I have the blueprint for this, and a bunch of you guys have still not emailed me about the asking for the pricing guidelines for 2024. Guys, it has our roof washing prices, soft washing, in a super digestible way for you new guys, because it's by square footage basically. And you know, I say this all the time, you know, that's the number one thing that new guys goof up on. You know how we were talking about how much money you can make in a pressure washing business? Well, you got to get your pricing right, and I have a blueprint, a 2-page PDF for you. And if you email me, I will send that out. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bubbles out.